So Wayne, welcome to the program. It's a beautiful day, it looks like, in the Golden Bay today.
Can't complain about the weather today, Mark. Yeah, a bit of a wet start this morning, but it's come out pretty good now.
So the budget, it's out last Thursday. You've had a few days now to take a look at it and cast an opinion, of course, but there wasn't really much in it for you, was there?
No, there wasn't a whole lot in there for ag, and to be fair, that's probably what we're expecting, and that's somewhat what we suggested as well. Of course, there's the significant government contribution to microcosm bovis, which is appreciated, but yeah, over and above that, yeah, the ag sector didn't get a lot out of it. So which, like I say, which was half of what we asked for. So now we're just waiting on the other half to come through.
You did ask for one thing, and that was an easing up of regulation and compliancy requirements, but there was no mention of that.
Well, yeah, we're hoping to hear about that in the next few weeks. I say sarcastically in some ways, but no, actually hoping we will. Yeah, you know, when you look at the budget numbers, the amount that some of this regulation and whatnot on farmers is costing would be far more than what they could ever give us in the budget. So we really want them to see that and make a few changes into what we're doing in terms of some of the consents, some of the farm plans, some of what's going on. How can we adjust them slightly so that they don't come as a significant cost burden on farmers? Because right now cash is pretty tight, and yeah, you know, we need all the help we can get.
Are you finding farmers are struggling, or after a couple of good years have most sort of prepared themselves for the up and down nature of agriculture?
Yeah, that's right. There is always swings and roundabouts. Yeah, a lot of debt was repaid during those good years, which was fantastic. However, that doesn't probably always leave a lot in the cash kitty, and so. Yeah, I have heard from a lot of farmers that things are pretty tight heading into this winter, and there's not a lot of extra around. Obviously, the prices have come back a bit for our goods, but the costs for for achieving that is still remain quite high. So, you know, and I guess the biggest burden on top of that, Mark, is the interest rates, which can't go, not talked about. When they're up 45% on what they were last year. When you put that over the average farm debt, that's a significant amount, and really takes the cream off a lot of what we're doing.
Have you found that the price of diesel and fertiliser coming down, is that having perhaps a slightly more positive impact?
Slightly positive, yeah. Still got a significant way to come back, and it needs to, when the likes of wages and whatnot that have gone on with the increase in minimum wage and that sort of thing. Those other costs are going to have to come back to almost substitute those to make farm profitability the same. So, yeah, just a bit of a tight squeeze, and that's why we're asking the government to just have a think about what they're doing. That it's not just a cash cow that they can tap into for their taxes all the time. We need to think about what we're spending money on and how we're doing it.
So what other factors are troubling you at the moment? Is there anything specific that you're looking at?
Oh, well, I think there's, when we talk about some of this regulation, I know Colin Hurst, our water spokesperson, is significantly involved with the winter grazing and the consent process that's going on there. A number of councils and whatnot not being set up to the level which would be needed to take on the likes of 10,000 winter grazing consents. We've seen significantly less than that applied for, just mainly because farmers see it as a bureaucratic kind of waste of time. Long story short, so that's something that we're working on at the moment. Obviously, we're expecting emissions pricing from the government and their recommendations to come out any day now, or in the next couple of weeks. I know that there's been some fair bit of debate, obviously within government around what that's going to look like. So we'll see that in the next few weeks, and probably before field days, which will excite a few of the field days attendees as the members of the parliament walk around, no doubt.
And as to yourself, you've taken over from Andrew as the acting president. Have you had any thoughts? Are you enjoying the experience, and perhaps not having second thoughts about taking on the big role?
Oh, it certainly does add to the workload a bit and whatnot, but no, it is. It's been pretty enjoyable so far. We've got a really good team at Feds, a really good board and whatnot at the moment, and so it's been kind of business as usual, and we're carrying on the momentum that we already had. But yeah, personally for me, a heck of an opportunity, and really looking forward to it, and already really enjoying it. So hopefully I get the vote in July and we can carry on.